NEET Biology diagram based practice question number 13. Question number 1. Mark the incorrect statement regarding the muscle tissue shown in the diagram. Show in the diagram muscle tissue, cardiac muscle tissue. Each muscle is made of many long cylindrical fibers arranged in parallel arrays. These fibers are composed of numerous fine fibrils called myofibrils. Muscle fibers contract in response to stimulation, then relax and return to their uncontracted state in a coordinated fashion. Their action moves the body to adjust to the changes in the environment and to maintain the position of the various parts of the body. In general, muscles play an active role in all the movements of the body. Muscles are three types: skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. Cardiac muscle tissue is a contractile tissue present only in the heart. Cell junction fuse the plasma membranes of cardiac muscle cell and make them stick together. Communication junctions at some fusion points allow the cells to contract as a unit. When one cell receives a signal to contract, its neighbors are also stimulated to contract. So the incorrect statement, option C is they are non-striated muscles. Question number 2. Mark the correct option. Shown in the diagram, plant cell plasmolysis. The behavior of the plant cell or tissue with regard to water movement depends on the surrounding solution. If the external solution balances the osmotic pressure of the cytoplasm, it is said to be isotonic. If the external solution is more dilute than the cytoplasm, it is hypotonic. And if the external solution is more concentrated, it is hypertonic. Cells swell in hypertonic solution and string in the hypertonic ones. Plasmolysis occurs when water moves out of the cell and the cell membrane of the plant cell strings away from its cell wall. They occur the cell tissue in a solution that is hypertonic has more solid to the protoplasm. Water moves out. It is a burst lost from the cytoplasm from the vacuole. The water, when drawn out of the cell through the diffusion into extracellular fluid, causes the protoplasm string away from the walls. The cell is said to be plasmolyzed. The movement of water occurred across through the membrane, moving from an area of high water potential to an area of lower water potential outside. When a cell placed in the isotonic solution, there is a net flow of water towards the inside or outside. If the external solution balances, the osmotic pressure of the cytoplasm is said to be isotonic. When water flows in the cell and out of the cell and its equilibrium of the cell is said to be placid. The process of plasmolysis is usually reversible. They are a process called deplasmolysis. So the correct answer, option D. D is all of this. In the diagram, A is hypertonic solution, B is isotonic solution, C is hypotonic solution. Question number 3. Mark the correct label. Shown in the diagram A, stomatal aperture with the guard cell. Transpiration is the evaporation, loss of water by plants. It occurs mainly through the stomata in their leaves. Besides the loss of water, vapor in transpiration, exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the leaf also occur through the pore called stomata. Normally, stomata are open in the daytime and closed during the night time. The immediate cause of the opening and closing of stomata is a change in the turgidity of the guard cell. The inner wall of each guard cell towards the pore or stomatal aperture is thick and elastic. When turgidity increases within the two guard cell flanking each stomatal aperture or pore, the thin outer wall bulge out and force the inner wall into a crescent shape. The opening of the stoma is also aided due to the orientation of the microfibrils in the cell wall of the guard cell. Cellulose microfibrils are oriented radially rather than longitudinally, making it easier for the stoma to open. When the guard cell loses turgor due to water loss, the elastic inner wall regains the original shape. The guard cell becomes placid and the stomata closes. So the correct answer option B. B is chloroplast. Diagram 1 is mentioning that subsidiary cell, 2 stomatal aperture, that is called stoma, 3 chloroplast, 4 guard cell, 5th one microfibrils. Question number 4. Which is the correct option? Shown in the diagram, male thallus of mosses. Bryophytes are also called amphibians of the plant kingdom because these plants can live in soil but are dependent on water for sexual reproduction. They usually occur in damp, humid and shaded localities. They play an important role in plant succession on bare rocks or soil. The plant body of bryophytes is more differentiated than algae. It is a thallus-like and prostrate or erect and attached to the substratum by unicellular or multicellular rhizoids. They lack true roots, stem or leaf. They may possess root-like, leaf-like or stem-like structures. The main plant body of the bryophyte is scaploid. It produces gametes, hence it is called gametophyte. The sex organ in bryophytes are multicellular. The male sex organ is called antheridium. They produce biflagellate anthrozoids. The female sex organ is called archegonium, is block-shaped and produces a single egg. The anthrozoids are released into water where they come in contact with the archegonium. An anthrozoid fuses with the egg to produce the zygote. Zygote do not undergo reduction division immediately. They produce a multicellular body called sporophyte. The sporophyte is not free living but attached to the photosynthetic gametophyte and derived nourishment from it. Some cell of the sporophyte undergo reduction division to produce scaploid spores. These spores germinate to produce gametophyte. So the correct answer option C. Question number 5. What is the epithelium shown in the diagram? Shown in the diagram of a section of an alveolus with a pulmonary capillary. Alveoli are the primary site of exchange of gases. Exchange of gases also occur between blood and tissues. Oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged in this site by simple diffusion, mainly based on pressure or concentration gradient. Solubility of the gases as well as thickness of the membrane involved in diffusion are also some important factors that can affect the rate of diffusion. Pressure contributed by individual gas in a mixture of gases is called partial pressure and is represented as PO2 for oxygen and PCO2 for carbon dioxide. Partial pressure of these two gases in the atmospheric air and the two sites of diffusion are given. The data given in the table clearly indicates the concentration gradient of oxygen from alveoli to blood and blood of tissue. In the atmospheric air, oxygen 159 and carbon dioxide 0.3. Similarly, a gradient is present for CO2 in the opposite direction from tissue to blood and blood to alveoli. As the availability of carbon dioxide is 20 to 25 times higher than that of oxygen, the amount of CO2 that can diffuse through the diffusion membrane per unit difference in the partial pressure is much higher compared to that of oxygen. The diffusion membrane is made up of three major layers, namely thin squamous epithelium of alveoli, the endothelium of alveolar capillaries, and the basement substance is between in them. However, it is total thickness in much less than millimeter. Therefore, all the factors in our body play a role for diffusion of oxygen from alveoli to tissue and that of carbon dioxide from tissue to alveoli. So the correct answer option B is a squamous. Question number 6. Which organelle is unique to the cell? Shown in the diagram in animal cell. The eukaryotic includes all protist plants, animal and fungi. In eukaryotic cell, there is a extensive compartmentalization of cytoplasm through the presence of membrane-bound organelles. Eukaryotic cell possesses an organized nucleus with a nuclear envelope. In addition, eukaryotic cells have a variety of complex locomotory and cytoskeletal structure. Their genetic material is organized into chromosome. All eukaryotic cells are not identical. Plant and animal cells are different as the former possess of cell wall, plastids, and a large central vacuole with absent in animal cell. On the other hand, animal cells have centriole, which are absent in almost all plant cell. So the correct answer option A is centriole. Question number 7. The diagram represents a myosin monomer. Mark the correct statement. Shown the diagram on myosin monomer. Each actin filament is made of two F-actin helically wound to each other. Each F-actin is a polymer of monomeric G-actin. G means globular actin. Two filaments of another protein, tropomyosin, also run close to the F-actin throughout the length. A complex protein, troponin, is distributed at a regular interval on the tropomyosin. In the resting state, a subunit of troponin masks the active binding site of myosin on the actin filament. Each myosin filament is also a polymerized protein. Many monomeric proteins called meromyosin constitute one thick filament. Each meromyosin has two important parts, a globular head with a short arm and a tail. The former being called heavy meromyosin, that is HMM, and the later the light meromyosin, that is LMM. The HMM component, the head and short arm project outwards at a regular distance and angle from each of other from the surface of a polymerized myosin filament and is known as gross arm. The globular head is an active ATPase enzyme and has binding site for ATP and active site for actin. So the correct answer option D. D is ATP binding site. Diagram number 1 is head. Number 2 is actin binding site. Number 3 is cross arm. Number 4 is ATP binding site. Question number 8. Which of the following correctly labels the cell responsible for release of histamine? Shown in the diagram, loose connective tissue, areolar tissue. Loose connective tissue has cells and fibers loosely arranged in a semi-fluid ground substance. For example, areolar tissue present beneath the skin, often it serves as supporting framework of epithelium. It contains fibroblast, that is cell that produce and secrete fibers, macrophages and mast cells. Adipose tissue is another type of loose connective tissue located mainly beneath the skin. The cells of the tissue are specialized to store fat. The excess of nutrients which are not used immediately are converted into fats and are stored in this tissue. So the correct answer option B. Diagram 1 is macrophage, 2 is mast cell, 3 is collagen fibers and the 4 fibroblast. Question number 9. Scutellum is represented by, shown in the diagram, structure of monocotyledon seed. Generally, monocotyledon seeds are endospermic, but some as in orchid and are non-endospermic. In the seeds of cereals, such as maize, the seed coat is membranous and generally fused with the fruit wall. The endosperm is bulky and store food. The outer covering of the endosperm separates the embryo by a proteinaceous layer called aleuron layer. The embryo is small and situated in a groove at one end of the endosperm. It consists of one large and shield-shaped cartilage known as scutellum and a short axis with a flumule and radicle. The flumule and the radicle enclosed by a sheath which are called coleoptile and coleorrhiza. So the correct answer option C. Question number 10. The given diagram represents the absorbance of light by different pigment. Mark the correct statement. Shown in the diagram graph showing the absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A, B and the carotenoids. Looking at plants, have you ever wondered why and how there are so many shades of green in their leaves, even in the same plant? We can look for an answer of this question by trying to separate the leaf pigment of any green plant through paper chromatography. A chromatography separation of the leaf pigment is shows that the color that we see in leaf is not due to a single pigment but due to 4 pigments are there. Chlorophyll A, bright or blue green in the chromatogram. Chlorophyll B, yellow green. Xanthophyll yellow and carotenoid yellow to yellow orange. Pigments are substances that have ability to absorb light at a specific wavelength. Showing the wavelength at which maximum photosynthesis occurs in a plant, can you see that the wavelength at which there is a maximum absorption of chlorophyll A, that is in the blue and red region, also show higher rate of photosynthesis. Hence we can conclude chlorophyll A is the chief pigment associated with photosynthesis. So the correct answer option A. A is a chlorophyll B. In the diagram, number 1 donated chlorophyll B. Number 2, chlorophyll A. Number 3, carotenoids.